What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal, y'all? Welcome to another episode of KM Video Live Stream. Kev Mack in the building, y'all. What's up, James Cash? Where the rest of y'all slowpokes at? I see five of y'all peeking. I don't see none of y'all speaking. What it do, though? What it do? What it do? What it do? Holla at your man one time. Holla at your man. Let me know you up in here. Let me know who watching. Some dude going crazy on my neighborhood ring. Hate to turn this off, but I'm gonna have to. Ryan, what up? Godfather, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that Swan interview was fire, but I think he made a mistake, and I think I let him get away with a mistake, right? When he talked about the founder of Tray, I think he was talking about Big Hurt from Tray. That little area is confusing to outsiders. We get 4 trays and 5 trays mixed up a lot of time. And I think that's what he did, but I haven't spoken to him again to even mention it. I'm glad I got what I got from him already. And Link, host you? Host, what? Who are you, Sad? I don't know you. I don't recognize your name. Who are you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Arizona. What up, FJ? FJ in the building. What up with it, homeboy? West Side with the C. I like that. I like that. Michael Williams. What it do, homeboy? Jovan, what's up, man? I'm glad you got that interview. Vertus was there since day one. Can't complain, man. That's what I say. I could do a lot of complaining, but I try not to. Always, it look better to me. That's right. Michelle, what's up, sweetheart? How you doing? Rob Moses, what up with it? Yeah, I'm glad I got this interview too. From my understanding, from all that I've been told, he's always been a sharp guy, but in the last couple years, his memory has kind of declined a little bit, just from what other people have told me. But I'm surprised at how accurate he was with a lot of those dates, right? I mean, I'm thinking the long table was in 75 based off my reading newspapers, but I was wrong. He was right. He was there. So he knew. He got the death dates of several people correct. Uh, so I had to give him his props. Had to give him his props. That's good, Michelle. That's good. D Lo from Bounty Hunter Watts. What up with it? Happy Tuesday. I didn't realize it's Taco Tuesday. And I'm eating a burrito. I thought it was Burrito Tuesday. Big Dubs up to the Watts, homie. Hub Dub for life. He's filling in some gaps, even if some want to dispute the fact. Now, I agree with that. Now, that's the best approach, Ralph, is to allow people to dispute what he has to say. Because there's some things in there that's questionable, but I mean, for the most part, it doesn't hurt anybody, right? It doesn't mislead anybody, right? You made tacos, I bet they're good too. Tony Moore, what's up? The topic tonight is Tony Moore cut out early last night because you thought the live was over with an abrupt ending, but it wasn't over. Any ideas on how I could bounce back from Christmas? My girl and family been killing my pocket. Start stacking again. Shit, that's all I could take. Dirt Gang, what up, fool? Papa from the 30s. Papa from the 30s. Always, when people always ask me, like, who was you tight with? Who used to come in your hood? I'm always quick to say 9-0s. And it's funny because we was always tight with the Harlems. Harlems always came in our hood on like a individual basis. Big Kiki Loco. A lot of Harlems came through. And we was always cool. We was always good with the Harlem. We had little friendly rumbles or beefs, brotherly love type things. But our originals, that's what they ran with. They ran with the Harlems. Man, that's that like one time. JC Senior, what it do, what it do, what it do. The disputing be bothering me. It's that, brother. So I agree, Michelle. I think some things are up for dispute, but I think when a person's telling his story about himself, his friends, what they did together, I think it's kind of hard to dispute that. I think it don't make sense because we haven't ever been able to live an entire life with the person everywhere they went. Like even twins go to the bathroom and shit by themselves, right? They go have sex with somebody else, not with the twin in bed with them, right? So you don't know everything about everybody. So I agree, Michelle. Sometimes it bothers me. OG Steve, what up? Allerton in the house. Allerton in the building. Young Tiny, what up? I've been seeing you, Young Tiny, but I haven't acknowledged you. And it wasn't intentional, homeboy. You know we good. Nothing but love for you, homeboy. I always shout out Michelle though, because Michelle captivated my love for her when she came on and talked about being down for her man. I'm like, man, you don't find women like that no more. I thought my grandmama was the last down female for her dude. I like that though. Nothing but love, comrade. Care Mac, any stories on delivery people being scared to come to the hood? Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I got a story about a voluntary repo, right? I had a blue Chevy Tahoe, right? And I was behind 1 month on the payments. And they was bugging the hell out of me. They was calling me left and right, house phone, cell phone, just blowing me up, talking about my car, right? So, what up, Derek? So, one day they called me, like I was going through it with my girl, had just got, had just quit work, child support, had just emptied my bank account. It wasn't but a couple hundred in there. So all this was going on at the same time. And they called me and I'm mad. They called me at the wrong time, mad. And I said, man, come get this motherfucker. Come get it right now, god damn it. So they said, okay, we'll come get it. Oh, they came and got it. They came with the sheriff department. So that's my story of somebody being scared to come to the hood. It wasn't a delivery. They was coming to pick up. But they were scared to come get the truck by themselves. So they brought the sheriff with them. That's the only story I got. I don't remember nobody being scared to deliver anything. In fact, when I was young, those old mailmen back in the day, they had a lot of heart. Those black mailmen and those Asian mailmen, they wasn't scared of nothing. No dogs, nobody with a rock in their hand, a brick in their hand. There was some down mailmen back when I was a kid. Our biggest problem with the 60s came when we was funking with the 40s, which is crazy because I hear a lot of 30s say that. I don't hear no 60s say that though. I think Brick Baby may have mentioned something, but the dudes that I ran with, hung out with, I never heard nobody mention the 40s and the Harlems being an issue, but uh, I have ran across several 30s that said that. Man, mailman would tip up in women's houses and have a great. The milkman, homie. You say you a couple years younger than me, man. Milkman. I remember they used to come drop milk off on the front porches on some houses on my block, and I'd be wondering where the milkman go because his truck is still there. The milk is on the porch. Where the milkman? Oh boy. I wish I could ask the milkman what was going on. I was so young though. Tobias Shakur, what up? What up, KMV West? I like that. I like that. Our milkman was a Mexican man named Frank. All right, Frank. Frank might have been getting that milk from a cow in his backyard or something, man. Did he deliver eggs too? Did he have oranges and shit too? FJ, see you older than me, FJ. I think you like 2 years older than me. So yeah, you would remember that stuff, man. Uh, but a lot of stuff I be telling people on here, they don't remember. They don't know nothing about it. I think I asked you one night, do you remember moles used to be up under our grass and shit? You wake up in the morning and your grass be swole up because of mold and went through your grass. Yep, glass bottles. Okay, Moses, you old enough to remember then. Mailmen had certain houses where they could eat and drink and other things along the way. I went to Crenshaw in the 90s and the 60s, always sided with, oh, yeah, okay, well, that's probably a younger thing. You said in the 90s. Well, I guess that's when the beef was going. So, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't know nothing about that, Papa, other than what a few 30s have told me. That's crazy because the older homies was always cool with the Harlem. Like I said, you might get a fight here or there, but it was always love. Wasn't never no beef. Wasn't never no we going at it type of shit. You know, it might be a fight and then it's over with, right? Maybe you fight again next week, but it's over with. Remember the door to door salesman selling brushes and other stuff? I don't remember about brushes. I remember they used to knock on your door and want to paint the Raiders or the Cowboys or something. They want to paint over your address on the curb. I'd be like, man, hell no. Let the city do that, fool. Going postal has meaning to this day. Yeah, great interview. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. I think the interview was good. I feel good about it, but like I was saying in the opening, we missed a few things, and I kind of feel bad that the name Donald Kelly didn't catch my attention at the time. And Big Hurt, in my mind, from Five Trey, but he said he started Four Trey. So you know. But other than that, it's pretty good. What up, Slick? What's up with your homeboy? It's about time you come to Vegas for an interview, man. You done died out, man. Your reputation died out on YouTube, homie. Nobody talking about you no more. You gotta come back on KMV, homeboy. Tony Moore, we had a black mailman, and he would tip our houses smiling ear to ear. My granny would say he needs to deliver mail and stay out these houses. In my era, my age group, people a couple years older than me, people Felton's age, a year older than Felton, man, they used to steal the mail. They used to steal the credit cards. Y'all remember that? They used to steal the credit cards on me. Be selling credit cards and shit. Y'all remember that? Stealing driver's license and shit. You should have wrote everything down you want to do. No, I don't like to do that. I just don't like to do that. Plus, I just don't like to do that. If I write it down, we probably, if I do write it down, though, everything would be in sequence, perfectly in sequence. I agree with that. And I won't forget things. But even if I write it down, I'll still probably forget some things. What up, Seattle? What up with it? Oh, yeah, I forgot all about the checks. Good looking at older. People used to rob the mailman for the checks. Remember that? Golf cap got you looking like the illest nigga in Nebraska. Not in Nebraska. Kid, my pop's homie was breaking in mail trucks, stealing county checks and busting those. Yeah, you used to could do that back in the day. See, everything that's going on now, it wasn't like that back in the day. And that's why a lot of things are the way they are now. It's because of what people was doing back then. I'm sure it happened all over the country. But LA, man, they was notorious for that, man. I remember there was some talk going on, maybe 86, maybe 89, somewhere around there. Late 80s, mid to late 80s. Mailman was talking about, man, they could have everything, you know. They already had they spill together like, man, I ain't protecting this mail. I don't want to lose my life over people robbing the mailman. I seen a mailman squabbling back before though. Fitzgerald, what up? I pulled over to look. I don't know what they was fighting over, but they squabbled. And both of them left. Both of them left in good shape. Tired, but I watched a good squabble. Kev, did you hear about Randy Moss liver cancer? I did hear Randy Moss was sick. And I seen people on TV saying, our prayers are with him. I didn't know if it was liver cancer. This lady my mom used to be cool with started stealing her mail. When mom found out it was her, she asked her for a fade, but the lady didn't want it. What up, Fitzgerald? We was kids shooting dice with the brown ones and purple fives. What up, Kev? Hope health is good now, fam. It's better. I tell you, it's better. Hey, Buffalo, we need that. Neil, what up with it? Michelle, would that be like blood? What's up, Fitzgerald? We need Cutes to come on after Vertus series. You know what's funny? I got so many messages from Cutes. I didn't even listen to them all. And that's what it's about, the Vertus series. Look at all these messages, y'all. You see, I only checked the last one, the one that's in blue. All the green ones I didn't check. And now watch this. A couple more messages. A couple more. Pretty good. Cute was just saying, he's a little off on some dates. I don't think he's talking about dates that was in this interview. Though. He could be, but I think he was just talking in general conversation. That Cute ain't mad. You talking about Cute or somebody else? I had a pull-out car stereo, one or two of them. Yeah, I had a Sony. I know that, and I might have a JVC and a Sony pull-out. I think. Now, you know what? I had an Alpine pull out too. I kept Alpines, but I didn't too much care for the pull out. Cuse is saying it's a good interview, and Verlis is like one of the perfect people to interview. Is what Cuse is saying. Cuse was just saying he's a little off on some of his dates, but as I was trying to explain, I don't think he's talking about the dates in the interview. I think he was just talking in general. But he didn't dispute nothing. He didn't. At least none of the messages I heard or my conversations with you. He wasn't disputing anything. He just said his dates are off, and he's been locked up a long time, and spent most of his life locked up. So it's going to be some things that he's not 100% on. That's about it. Somebody asked a question about cutes, Verlis knowing cutes or something like that the other night. And I was trying to avoid giving an answer, but yeah, they know each other well. The most fond memory I have of Cutes speaking is an interview I believe you did some years ago when he called out Jamel for the disrespect and lying on the history of the culture. I think Cutes regrets that, just like I do. Uh, man, you gotta let people just be them. You know what I mean? And we ain't always gotta attack people or their information. You know what I mean? But a lot of times people need to realize when you call somebody out or say somebody's name, it prompts a response. And then people get mad when you respond, but they don't hold the person who starts it accountable. You know what I mean? I think if you're gonna be mad at somebody's response, you should step in ahead of time and tell a person, leave this person alone or stall this person out. Man, KP Video News, you got an obsession with the jerker and the diddler, man. I know you can't wait till they get thrown up under the jail, man. I don't know what's up with that, KP. I don't know. But as Cutes was saying, it's a lot of dudes when they get older, man. You just start losing your memory and your temper. And especially if you did hard drugs. If you did hard drugs in the 70s and the 80s, early 90s, and then you reach your late 60s, it's a good chance all your faculties aren't going to be there. KP got everybody laughing. KP, you a cold dude for that, KP. Does Jamel stay away from the culture at this point? He never pulls up anything. You answered your own question. I don't even think he's in California though. I remember Cuse was doing his interview with Kev Mack at night in a parking lot when an old white lady politely came up. You have a nice voice and everything, but we can hear you from across the parking lot. I was like, man, I thought Cuse was finna just pull out, like, flex on them, Cutes. You have a really nice voice and everything, but I can hear you clear across the parking lot. Verse mentioning long table fight. I keep realizing how much Cuse has been in the mix from the beginning. That's why remember I spoke on that last night because I don't want to pump Cutes up or over speak on Cutes, but that's what I'm telling you, man. Cutes is one of the rarest Crips you will find that is actually in newspapers for over 30 years, no, 20, for over 20 years, a 20-year stretch of his incidents being described in newspapers. I don't know no other dudes that was doing it like that. So, when somebody starts saying they was this, that, and the other, or Q's got extras, you just can't entertain those type of conversations. You imagine me as a drill sergeant, man. What kind of drill, nigga? A drill to put holes in the wall, nigga? Can't be no sergeant around here with my bad back, my bad knees, my bad ankles. Kev looking like an OG, like Bitter Dog Bruno. Hey man, that's a compliment, man. I got love for Bitter Dog Bruno. Kev asked Cuse, could he put a shirt on? Out of all the rides you had, which one you wish you still had? Rag 6'4" Chevy, because they're so expensive and it was so clean and it didn't have any problems. That car was really nice, man. I missed that car. If I was gonna reinvent a car that I ever had. Did AC have Swan in his first 10 Crips? I think he said he's part of. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think so, but I don't know. I know he's mentioned in Lala's book. Yeah, they want a house for a 6'4" man. I'll be seeing some though. You can still get some like in the Midwest, Mid East, certain parts of the South. You can still get them cheap. And they fixed up. I don't know if they got hydraulics on them, but they already nice and clean and everything. Dayton's on them. What up, Kev? You looking like Snoop's dad and Gin and Juice. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but hey, man, I look like everybody but Kev Mack. I look like Snoop's dad. I look like the Jamaican down the street, the Belizean down the street. I look like the Haitian down the street. I look like the Cuban around the corner. I look, man. All right, that's what's up, Nick. I don't have AC's book, man, so I can't even look in there. Berta Swan was right about the Brims being the first anti-Crip blood set. They were deep. You know what I noticed, though? Did you notice he said that the Pyrus in Compton were the first ones saying blood? I thought that was interesting. But yeah, he gave the first bloods to the Brims. We don't get gray hairs by being slow. Kev, were you busted during the ride? No, I was not. Y'all got questions tonight? We popping tonight, y'all. Shit, we ain't popped like this in a while. That's right. Nobody playing around in the comments, fighting each other. And throwing mud on each other. Michelle, look like you got the chat room all to yourself now. Might have to upgrade your moderation. You might get all my tools. You could just take over the channel from here, since you're the only one remaining to know how to behave herself. And he said the Compton put the blue rag in the game. Never heard that. Well, he said, yeah, he gave joint credit. And somebody left a comment and said it was Mad Dog. It was Mad Dog from Compton and Buddha. And remember, Tookie gave it to Buddha. But King Babalouie and Frog wins again. It came from Compton. Anyway, good night. Nah, Mad Dog's not still living. There's a few Mad Dogs. There's like 3 original Mad Dogs, but I don't think none of them are still living. Care when dudes get put off the set, do they just become civilians? When they get put off the set, 9 times out of 10, they join another set. Ain't nobody getting put off the set and leaving town. Like, nigga, you gonna whoop my ass. Let me leave town before I let you whoop my ass. Nigga be like, hey, kick my ass real good one time so I could leave town. Nigga, you crazy? Ain't nobody sticking around for no beat down, folks. Nah, but usually they turn another set. They go to another hood. Buckingham Brims almost got me till I told them I was from the wood. Number 1, what up with it? And Odom. I blessed a few people with wrenches on the Blue Channel today. I was feeling good. Man. Hey, KP, man, when next meet and greet, maybe I should have everybody show up, go to your pizza joint, man, your Chicago joint. We order some pizzas, man. They got drinks too. They got a bar, right? Yeah, I think we should go there. It's real. It's a lot of space there. The food is good. I think that'd be the perfect place for us to go hang out for an hour or 2. What's my favorite hood popcorn? What's my favorite hood popcorn? What's my favorite hood popcorn? KM was Verla's OG Q's best friend. I didn't hear Q's call him his best friend, but he did call him something else. Mac is JJ May still around that you know of? He might still be living. He ain't still around. If he's still around, he's somewhere like standing next to a casket waiting for them to do his funeral. What's your favorite hood movie? Well, I like Boys in the Hood, man. Does Cooley High count? Mac, give the people what they want. Crips in Alaska interview. I haven't met an Eskimo in Alaska willing to do an interview about the Crips. But yeah, I think I have a personal opinion. I think people are tired of the history of the Crips and Bloods. I think those numbers don't do well no more. I think profiles are more popular now. I also think making two people beef with each other is very popular now. But this Swan interview, man, I've never had so many people, even with Craig Munson and AC Moses, I never had so many people say, man, this is one of them interviews as far as the particular person. You know what I mean? So that made me feel good. I just hate that I didn't catch the Donald Kelly name and Big Herc name, because I think Big Herc was from Fire Trey. And Donald Kelly might quite possibly be Big Hurt. I don't know. But I wish I would have asked him for clarity. Living, I mean, he got a whole gang of information if he decided to give it. Kenneth Johnson, what up with you? Good looking out, man. Let me see. Kevin Mack, is JJ May still around that you know of? Um, I'm sure he has a whole bunch of information. I'd be surprised if he still remember anything though. Cause Mays look old as hell. Mays look like Ronald Reagan back in the 80s. So could you imagine him now if he's still living? I think he's still living, but he got to be on this. This might be his last night. He might be gone in the morning, man. Mays look like he was supposed to retire in the mid 80s, homie, late 80s. So we talking like 35, 40 years later. But he have a lot of information, a lot of first-hand information. So that's a good name you pulled out the hat, though. That's a really good name. So Raymond was the first Crip. Who was the first person he recruited? I mean, I'm not that good with the history, right? Several different people have several different versions. I heard number one. I heard that's how he got the name number one. But then a couple people say number one came a little bit later. So I don't know, man. I've heard Craig Craddock was his number one guy. Not that he was the number one recruit, but I hear he was the top guy, right? Bulldog, a lot of people say Bulldog was like one of the first four. But Bulldog says in his manuscript that he left behind, the Crips had started when he was out of town the summer of '69. So he couldn't have been one of the first four. He probably one of the top four, right? Uh, but if nothing else, this Burles Swan history got everybody talking again. This interview right here got everybody back on history for the last 4 days. So that's a good thing, man. I'm happy I was finally able to land Burles. Roy Tucker, we miss Roy Tucker. He just passed a few days ago. My condolences to the Carver Parks and Tucker family. Roy Tucker would have been a good interview. He refused to do an interview, but he would get like he would drink and get saucy and have conversations. I wish he would have put some of that stuff on record, but a lot of people knew Roy Tucker, so they know his history. Mack just don't know it. Yeah. But Kev, did you know a kid named L.A. Ron had a sister named Tiffany, lived on 64th and 4th, and went to Crenshaw in the mid 80s? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, KP. Don't give me the line, man. I'll be asking a question you covered already. But have you done a profile on Hot Dog from 46? My older cousin ran with him, Pookie, and Big Psycho. I mentioned Hot Dog in the interview. I think the 46 neighborhood Crip interview. I mean, not it's not an interview. It's like a when I'm breaking down the neighborhood Crip alliances. When I get to the 46s, I mention Hot Dog, but no, I haven't done nothing like that on him. Kev, is movie star still around? I don't think so, but you'd have to ask somebody from Compton, man. You know, Wiz 1102. That made me think of Wiz from 120, man. See, even Vertus Swan got y'all interested, got y'all asking questions and typing fast today. Got y'all acting mature, you know what I mean? That's what's up, Mr. Bozak. Black Warrior Spirit, what up, homie? I don't know about LA Ron, bro. I really don't. Leo, what up? Leo over in Ireland talking about what's up. He over there in Greece talking about what's up. They got Watts over there. Michelle, Angeles Vista, what up with it? Angeles Vista, Blackpool. What's your favorite soccer team? Space Ghost phone interviewing your plans, Kale. You know, like I told y'all a few times already, when my pockets are right, I'll get Ghost to come on because I had promised Ghost I look out for him, but I just been doing bad. I couldn't look out for Ghost, man. So I feel bad about that, and I wouldn't even want to ask him to come on before I look out for him. Mr. Bozak, here's a link to KMV 46 and 48 neighborhood crib. So is number one still? Yeah, he's still living. He's in Vegas. He's in Vegas. Oh, you like Liverpool? What about AC Milan? Yeah, number one is still living. Yes, yes, sir. I never met him though, but I've talked to a lot of people that know him. No, I never met him. I never interviewed him. Never even spoke to him. Calabria in Italy teams, Liverpool top in England. Where's Rennie Lowe? That's who we need to speak to. Yeah, absolutely. First question I would have for number one is that Jimmy Lavender story true, man? Did you really say you number two? Kim, man, you gotta have one of the deepest network of affiliates your reach is crazy. Yeah, it would be a lot crazier if everybody run behind me to meet the people, or I didn't introduce a lot of people to people. But you know, Jimmy Lavender introduced me to people. Melly Mel introduced me to people. So it's only right. You know what I mean? Did Verdes have any bishops to ask? You know what, Ralph? See, I don't want to ruin the interview, but since you asked the question, he don't really have no bishop stories. But he mentions a bishop that I think is going to lend a lot of credibility to this channel, and he's going to lend a lot of credibility to one specific person that had been on this channel, and it shocked the hell out of me. But you wouldn't think it shocked me because I guessed the name. I guessed the name that he was talking about, and he was like, "Yeah, that's him." So another great moment for KMV to me, you know what I'm saying? It's the real number one OG Crip that had a blue 63 Chevy with the number one on the side. Man, you make it sound like he was racing his Chevy, dog, like he was in a Grand Prix or something. But maybe KP, you gotta ask Jimmy Lavender. Jimmy Lavender would know. That's one of Jimmy Lavender's buddies. Jimmy said he called himself number two. Jimmy said the bishop choked him was saying you're number two. Oh, he didn't call himself number two. The bishop that was choking him called him number two. Thank you for that clarity. Thank you for clearing that up. I misspoke, but my memory is just bad, man. Y'all lucky y'all had me the years y'all had me, because moving forward, I might not be so good anymore. Man. Y'all gonna be calling me that crazy dude with a bad memory. So y'all haven't seen the best of Kev, man. I'll be the first one to tell y'all that. Y'all gonna come see me when I'm in the old folks' home, man. Y'all gonna come see me when my memory's completely gone. Be like, who is you? I'm your first maniac. Hey, it's a maniac in my room. That's how he rolled. Yeah, that might be him, KP. Might be. Jimmy would know, though. Oh, man, I like Jimmy Lavender, man. He a good dude. I mean, he got his ways. He got his truths and his facts and stuff, but don't bring me no cigarettes, fool. Bringing me cancer and shit. Kev, please get them photos in your stores digitized. For what? Most of them already are digitized. That's why I can't show y'all photos no more. This whole thing right here, see pictures? Pictures? I don't know if you can see that. This is why I don't have pictures now. Shit. Sucker broke on me, man. And then I got another one right here. This one broke on me too. This is actually this is my first digital, not my first external hard drive, but my first digital external hard drive. 500 gigabytes. Dude, man, I'm out of all kind of pictures. Talking about digitize some shit. Shit. Man. What you gotta do, you gotta back up your digital photos. TMC Lifestyle, good looking out. What gang were you closest to growing up other than the 60s? Um, Growing up? Shit, I would say nobody, really. Top three favorite players of Lakers of all time? Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kev, I'm gonna need to have you put me on the set so I can call myself number two. Number three, good looking out, Green Al, Black Word Spirit, TMC Lifestyle. But I knew a lot of dudes on the east side from this little conglomerate set called Baby G Man. You may remember me asking Cartoon about that. And that time Avenue Blue hadn't heard of BGM. I knew dudes from there. They was from all different type of sets stuff. That's the only set I really was close to. I knew dudes from Marvin and Playboy and Gear Gang and Foldies. Uh, but that would be it. 5'9" East Coast Crip, you could have been if you lived in the East Side. Still got a cup from when I went to New York in '93 of Barclays Knicks. No Shaq. Not my top three, nah. You gotta realize, I love Shaq as a person. I love Shaq, what he's been able to do with his life. I love Shaq because he's like a friendly guy. He's really like down with our culture. He's really like one of us. Besides that sheriff shit or police shit he do, but dealing with the brothers from LA, I like how he likes to have fun and laugh and joke. Big kid. I like him winning championships with the Lakers. But you gotta understand, dudes that was really Kobe Bryant fans, we had beef with Shaq and we had beef with LeBron because Shaq used to be tripping on Kobe. Shaq didn't really want to give Kobe his props like that. You know what I'm saying? When they fell out. And Kobe's just trying to tell Shaq, get in shape, man, get in shape. And he's tripping. But then, Kobe told on him and shit, you know what I mean? But no, it's nothing against Shaq. But it's hard to be a fan of both, you know what I mean? So when you say top three, I grew up on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson. So now it comes Shaq and Kobe. Kobe was a Laker from beginning to end. Shaq played on several teams. He became a traveling all-star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah. I mean, Kareem came from Milwaukee, but he was a Laker through and through, coach for the Lakers, plus UCLA. You know what I mean? Showtime Lakers was shit. I mean, if you grew up watching Kobe and Shaq, they was cool, they were exciting. But if you grew up through Showtime, Showtime was man. That was some real good basketball. So was the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. Yeah, yeah. But however, yeah. I mean, what's up, Kev Mac? I'm in this thing, Crip Gang, Watch District. What up? Shaq Bingo Long Trapping All Stars. Man. I remember my pops always talking about how Magic and James Worthy buying all the coochie on Prairie. For real? Damn. And Kareem didn't play that. He bought his zigzags at the penny pincher. Byron Scott knocking down threes from the corner. What about Norm Nixon and Jamal Wilkes? Wilkes had a cold corner shot. Shaq was more dominant than Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell. Shaq might be top three. Cornbread, Earl, and me. Right, bro. All Mac here. Shower time. Busy morning. Have a good one. Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper with the high socks. Never should trade Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones was nice. He was nice. Lakers had some good players though. I think ever since Jeannie Buss got a new boyfriend, I think she don't know what she doing with the Lakers no more. Michael Cooper played defense. That's what people don't talk about no more. And Coop was very regular. I would see Coop driving a Volkswagen all the time. I would see him watering his grass all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nick Van Exel, Cancun, Cancun. Yeah, I used to trip on Michael Cooper, man. He was so damn regular. You would never if you didn't know who he was, you would never know he played in the NBA. Michael Cooper, he lived in what is that, View Park, Windsor Hills. But he didn't move up to the big leagues. He didn't move up into Ladera Heights or up in Baldwin Hills. And man, he went to the store like everybody else, an old raggedy Volkswagen, sit out there, water his grass like an old man. Kev too. I remember any Bakersfield Crips? Nah. Well, Byron Scott. Byron Scott is the brother to my father's best friend, Charles Scott. Charles Scott and Byron Scott are brothers. So when I talk about my cousin that be gambling, that's Charles Scott's son. Byron Scott's his uncle. So yeah, I've had the pleasure of meeting Byron Scott. What up, Cat Mac checking in and out from the shy. Though, yeah, for real. James Cash, yeah, he had to deal with being under Michael Jordan's shadow. Let me see something real quick for you Mac heads and you maniacs. Oh man, what is this thing doing? I'm looking for my mail. Come on, man. Uh, hey, man, I don't know what kind of pants I had on, but damn, I don't know who cut my hair that day. All right, I'm gonna show y'all a picture, man. As somebody said, I wouldn't even show all that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't show this picture, but if I die, y'all never see the picture, right? So let me see. In this picture right here, this is on the left right here. This is Woodruff. That's John Woodruff. That's Ice Cube's wife's uncle, her father's brother right there. Byron Scott right here. That's me right there. I don't know what was going on with the hair and the pants, man, but I think I just got up to take a picture that day. So that's some history right there. That's me with Ice Cube's uncle. I mean, yeah, Ice Cube's wife's uncle and Byron Scott right there. Little history for y'all right there. Yeah, that's my father's sister's husband. But you know what's crazy? He been part of the family so long. He's just part of the family. Like you would think he's our blood uncle because he's been part of the family that long, and we don't look at him like an in-law. You know what I mean? He really in the family. He's really, really into the family. He was in the Vietnam War. He got shot in the Vietnam War, and he laid out one of them little holes that they did that they fired out of, and he thought he was gonna die. He laid down and said, "You know, y'all go on, man. I ain't gonna make it." And they were like, "Nah, you going with us?" He like, "Man, just go, man. I can't walk. I can't move." And they picked him up and carried him, man, and he lived. He survived to talk about it. Problem is, he don't ever talk about it. He didn't like to talk about the war. He would just say, "Man, you don't want to be you didn't want to be there. You didn't want to be in the Vietnam War, man. There's a lot of stuff went on, man. They seen a lot of stuff go on. Kind of like shell shock, like traumatized. But he hasn't had no mental issues though. He's been good. Markel Webb, very interesting. Yeah, you know the one thing. When I was growing up, I was taught that we fighting for the white man, right? Muhammad Ali, follow behind Muhammad Ali. We fighting for the white man. We fighting the white man's war. Guess what? A lot of them dudes got houses when they came home. They get a check every month. When they die, their wife get the check. We talk about generational wealth, but then we think of every reason why we shouldn't participate in finding ways to have generational wealth, man. I know a lot of people that been in the service that got nice homes, man, and get money every month. My grandmother's husband, he was in the army, and when he died, he had a nice pension, and she got his pension when he died, and so she lived off his money. Once, once he was gone, she lived off his money, and they lived in Windsor Hills. They had a big house in Windsor Hills. Then you got guys that went to gangbang that died, and dudes was still in the army. Dudes died before their friends made it home from the army. My no, my see that's where we get things confused. So when I talk about my uncle-in-law, somebody correct me when I call him uncle and say in-law. Well, that's not my grandfather. That's my grandfather-in-law. My grandmother remarried So I'm talking about her husband, not my father's father. But man, look, I done posted like one of my homies died at 14 years old. We had homies die at 18, 19, 20, 21. Man, them dudes that went to the army to fight for that white man for 4 years came home and lived a good life. Dudes that didn't go stuck around and got killed or went to prison for 20, 30, 40 years. Now you got to work for the white man in prison. So I kind of think, though some of the morals seem practical and intact, but I think we brainwashed just to think crazy, man. Just like with gang banging and going to the army to fight for a white man. I think we kind of got misled. I think we got misled. I talked about not going to the army my whole life, man. Now I think differently, man. A matter of fact, I got a nephew. My nephew in Houston, he bought his first house off his whatever they call that. He got his first house with his military thing. They get discounts on everything, almost everything. He's always pulling out his little ID and getting discounts wherever we go. You know what I'm saying? Raising his son real well. Uh, got married, got him a wife. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he got a VA loan. Yeah, there you go. But he got a discount on it too, though. So I don't know how that worked, but yeah, absolutely got a nice house in a nice area. Y'all seen the area that time I went over there? Nice area and everything. Big swimming pool, all of that. So I'm not gonna argue one way or the other, but trust me, a lot of people could have made worse decisions than going to the army. So yeah, man, I wanted to be a Marine, but I only got one eye. I could see you in one of them suits with all them medals and shit. If you went to the Marines, I guarantee you would have had all kind of medals. You just look like a dude that would get medals and ribbons and shit. When it comes to military, infiltrate, educate, and evacuate, baby crazy. The military gonna use you. Might as well use it, veteran. They made it hard for black soldiers to get those loans. Yeah, I read up on all that stuff. I did good on the ASFAB test. The Air Force wanted me. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that, man. I would have been like your President Trump, man. I would have told him I had bone spurs. I would have dodged the army, man. I'm like, hey, I'm mama's baby. I'm the youngest brother in the family. Interesting story that you did on Little Sinbad Kid, right? That's my homeboy. Rest in peace, man. We had a lot of good homies from the set that ain't here no more. And when I call them good homies, everybody's good in different ways, man. And keep in mind, a lot of people we call good are really bad, right? It's just a lifestyle we grew up in. Ali refused to fight in the war. It's a difference from going to the service during peacetime. Well, originally we was talking about my uncle that went to Vietnam. So that's when it came up to fighting the white man's war. Even without going in the service, one can choose to have a good life. Ain't no doubt about it. But if you go to the service and have a good life, why complain about it? You learn a lot of life skills, and like I said, it could take you a long way if you use it right. Man, Easty Crip, man, you already know what type of dude he was. 'Cause I couldn't say everything. I wasn't gonna say everything, but yeah, you could tell. Shit. Craig Monson said that's how they got their home. I'm telling you, man. it does some people some good, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the service has good benefits. But I think my thought always been, what has this country done for me? So I would go and potentially die for the country. I'd rather die for my street. Wow, that's deep right there. I'd rather die for my street than my country. I ain't mad at you. But, and you use the word potentially. So I like that because you may not die in the streets and you may not die in the service. Uh, well put right there, man. Well put. Someone needs to talk to Big Rick and convenience him to interview. Convince him or convenience him? You want to convenience him to interview? But y'all know, some of the people we interviewed been to the military, right? Y'all know some Crips and Bloods been to the military, right? You know, it kind of saved their life, gave them some honor, and helped them raise a family and stuff, right? My dad was a straight up criminal. He served in the military, took care of him later in life. Full honor funeral. That's good, man. My brother too. My brother didn't get no full military honor service, but uh, yeah, they, they they paid for it. They paid for the funeral. They didn't pay for the preacher. I had to pay for the pastor. So I chose a friend of ours and paid him. But yeah, we had the service on their funeral grounds and everything. They helped out a lot. Actually, they took care of him when he got sick and he lost his mind. They put him in a home. They took care of him. All military vets. He's around all military vets. So yeah, I always had the mindset since I was a kid and got my granddad who's a vet. I think it's just on the person and your intentions. You just can't take the street mentality there. This is a good topic. I was in the military back in '93, did 6 years. Man, he said he did 6 years like he was in prison. But I'm glad you did 6 years in the military and not 6 years in a prison. Because when you go to prison, most of us make it home, but some people don't make it home. Some people die in prison. EC Crip, don't get him started, please. Sir, we having a peaceful life, man. Anyway, I'm out of here. You go on and start the shit if you want to. I'm out of here. If DC Dunson bring the draft back, half the hood gonna have to go. Well, shit. You know me, man. I'm gonna tell y'all that's what you wanted. That's what you get. Hey, y'all take it easy, man. Let me get my shouts out real quick. Real quick. OG Steve, Green Ab, Black Warrior Spirit, and TMC Lifestyle. Good looking out, y'all. Appreciate y'all. How about Big Snoop and I? You said he didn't want to interview a couple years back. Yeah, he didn't. He's supposed to be working on a book. I'm sure he'll do some interviews when his book is complete. And I'm sure he would like to straighten some things out that has been said about him, um, or for some work he done. But yeah. All right, Papa from 30s. Big Mouth not in it. Bob, thank you. All right. How about Big Snoop? All right. All right, Michelle. All right, everybody. Y'all take it easy. 702, you behaved yourself tonight. I gotta give you a shout out. Y'all have a good one. Peace.